Hey there! Welcome to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. I'm your host Glenn, and today I'm going to try out my new bug net. Now, in the past, to deal with bugs, what I've done, I've taken my bug spray and I've sprayed it around kind of the head of my hammock to repel the bugs, because I don't have a bug net. And that's actually kind of worked, but there's a couple of downsides to it. For one thing, it's smelly. Another, it's sticky. I gotta wash my hammock. And well, it isn't 100% effective. And I wanted to get a bug net or make a bug net. So I looked at some plans online for making bug nets. And I thought, yeah, I could do that. A lot of material that I'm buying there, and looks a little bit beyond maybe my skill set, perhaps. And I'm looking online, and I find Roman Ventures, who makes that rainfly that I gave a review for previously. I'll put the link to it at the end of this video. And they make a bug net, 30 bucks. I can't even make one for 30 bucks. That's awesome. And I like their rainfly, so I'll give it a try. All right, so that's what I've got here, the Roman Ventures bug net. Now, tiny little bag. Let me get you up close there. You can see that tiny little bag, okay? I mean, it's, I think it weighs, I think online at the Amazon site, it said that it weighs something like 12 ounces, really tiny. So we're gonna get this set up, okay? So just hang on tight for a second there. I'm gonna rearrange the camera, get it set up so you can see what I'm doing, and then we'll get this thing up and see how it does. All right, so the first thing, let me bring it in close here, is this bag. Nice and small, compact, and even comes with this little strap here to cinch it down even more, make it even smaller. It doesn't get much smaller, but a little bit smaller. I don't know if that's really necessary. In fact, if I was one of those ultralighters, I may even snip that off, because just cinching it up like this, it's a pretty small bag. You stuff it into your backpack and get even smaller. So there's that. That might be just one of those design things they decided to put in there, and that's fine. Now, I don't know if this comes with instructions. The rainfly didn't come with instructions, but I was able to figure that out. When I got this online, I noticed that there were some instructions with the photographs. First, you put up the ridge line, then you connect the bug net, and then you put your hammock into it and fit it through. So I've got my hammock here. Now remember, my hammock's a little bit different from the normal hammocks. Mine's got those kind of pseudo spreader bars there. So that's a little thing there that may or may not work with this bug net, but we'll find out. So let's get in here, okay? We've got a ball of twine there. I don't think this is reflective either. Like their other stuff wasn't reflective, but that's fine. And I think this should be long enough to get between these two trees. If not, I've got a lot more twine laying around. All right, we've got the tensioners. Got to figure out how they work. I think there's a photograph online of how they work, and it also comes with a carabiner that doubles as a. Let me bring this in closer so you can see this. That little carabiner there, also a bottle opener, and this little thing down here to open up little hex nuts. I don't have any hex nuts on my hammock, but if I do, I'm prepared. And then I think the rest of this is all just the bug net, and it is very, very light. I'm going to leave this in here for right now, and I'll get the ridge line set up. All right, hang on for a minute. All right, so I've rigged up the ridge line, and as I expected, the ridge line that came with the pack and with the bug net kit wasn't quite long enough. My two trees here represent pretty much the extreme length of how I can comfortably set up my hammock, which is usually just beyond what you normally get in straps, ridge lines, and things like that when you buy them from a retailer or online. Any further apart than this, and I'm having to put my hammock up so high that I can't even reach it, okay? So what I've actually done in this case, I've taken two pieces of my own twine, some reflective material, and rigged them up using the two little red dealy bogs that came with a little bug net kit. Now, I want to show you what I've done here, because I don't know if I'm using them the way they're supposed to be used, but they work. And it may be that there is no right way to use these things. However you can use them so it does not fail and it's easy to use and easy to take down, may be the right way. It's just your way, which is different from someone else's way. That's fine. So let me get you in close and show you what I've done. Hang on. You can see I've just tied a knot in one end in that hole there, and then wrapped it around and looped it around just like that at this end of the line of this tree. And it holds really tight. I mean, it's secure. So, great, it works. Like I said, I don't know if it's supposed to be used that way, but it works. All right, let's go look at the other side now. All right, so here, as you can see, I've looped it around and then through. Holds it tight, isn't coming off. I think I'm doing this right, but I mean, it's secure, it's tight, it's not coming out. So I guess it works. All right, so I've got the bug net out of its bag, and bring this in closer, you can see I've got these little hooks on the end, on the tops there, go on the ridge line. So let me get this part set up now. Oh, let's see here. Let's go right like that. There we go. Like that. Gossamer thin fabric. It looks like it'll do a good job keeping out the bugs. The next step, apparently, is to fit the hammock inside, thread it through the ends, rig up your hammock like you would normally, with the bug net completely surrounding the hammock. So you've got 360-degree coverage from the bugs, which is really great. I like that idea a lot. So let me get that set up, and we'll see how it looks, all right? Hang tight for a second. All right, so I've opened up the zipper on this side. It's just the one zipper on one side. I've got my strap, going to go through here, and get to this little hole down in the bottom right corner, feed my strap through into the tree. That's one side. Now, I get the rest of my hammock into the bug net. And my strap, same thing. It goes through this little hole here in the corner, like that. And I walk it over to the other tree. Now what I'm supposed to do is cinch down these little corners here on the strap so the bugs can't get through. So let's do that. There's that cinched. And then same on this side. Cinch that down nice and snug. I have plenty of room for my hammock. Okay, looking good. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of my hammock set up, including my spreader bars, and then we'll see how that looks, okay? So just hang on a minute. Well, it's all set up. As you can probably tell from the hammock behind me here, the spreader bars are kind of a problem here because they press into the bug net pretty tightly. Let me bring you a little bit closer and I'll show you what I mean. Hang on. So as you can see, this is the bug net here, and it's in there pretty tight against my spreader bar. It looks good, and I think in a normal configuration for a hammock, this is going to work really well. So So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out my spreader bars and get into the hammock without them and see how that does. I don't want to risk getting into the hammock with it like this. I'm afraid I'm going to puncture a hole through here. All right, yeah, so I'm just going to take those bars out. Hang on for a second, let me do that and then we'll see how it goes, all right? This is how it looks in a normal hammock configuration. Everything's cinched off and contained within the bug net itself. You can see those loops up there that it goes onto the ridgeline with. And then down here, the bag that it comes in just stays connected. And on the other side there is the zipper. And this end cinched down as well, nice and tight. Coming around to this side, got your zipper up there, and it goes down. So I'm going to get into this and zip it up, and let's see how that looks, all right? All right, so let's get into this hammock and the bug net and see how we do. All right, now I should take my boot off, I suppose. Oh, okay. I love my big old army boots, but they're a tough thing to get on and off. My leg, on the other hand, just pop that right off. Just put that there. All right, so we get in. And zip this down. Done. Well, this isn't bad. One thing I've never liked about bug nets is that when you're in, the bug net itself kind of crowds around you sometimes, or it's almost impossible to see through. It's almost opaque in some cases. This kind of bug net isn't. It's very, very clear to look through. And it completely surrounds the hammock. So I've got 360-degree coverage all around. And, wait, I also have that handy little bonus here of the carabiner with a bottle opener. Right there. There we go. I can open up a beer and enjoy myself sitting in my hammock. That's kind of cool. All right. So it's not going to work with my normal system. That's fine. I understand that. My normal system is a little bit different. And when they built this, designed this, they were thinking they were dealing with someone who makes or works with normal hammocks. Well, yeah, that's reasonable. I think I'm going to use this though. I may maybe shorten my my spreader bars to accommodate this bug net, because this bug net, usually here in the Pacific Northwest where I live, bugs aren't too much of a problem, but when they are a problem, my gosh, they're a problem. And some of them think the smell of bug spray is attractive, I guess. I don't know, but they seem to come to me even when I'm using it. So I'm probably going to use this. I may have to just make some adaptations to my hammock setup to be able to use this properly. All right, well, this concludes my my presentation about the Roman Ventures bug net. I'm going to be using it. I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. I really like it. The only reason I'm not giving it a full-on 5 is because they didn't use their powers of ESP and read into my mind exactly what I wanted. No, I know, that's not fair, is it? But no, this the setup is a little bit tricky. The line that it comes with wasn't quite long enough for me. The connectors, I may be using them, I may not be using them right, I'm not sure. One of the things I also noticed is that the loops on the top there that go on the ridge line, they pop off real easy. They kind of bounce and then they come off the ridge line, and so you have to put them back on again. All right, so that's a little thing. Maybe there's a way that they can get clipped on that's a little different kind of plastic doohickey there to clip onto the ridge line rather than just the rounded hooks. Okay. The quality though looks really, really good. I mean, this looks really nicely made. It's nicely stitched, and this mesh itself very easy to see through. and the fact that it gives you complete coverage all around underneath and underneath you as well, I like as well. All right. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And if you have any questions or comments about bug nets and suggestions about bug nets, I'd like to hear about them. Make sure you put them down in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you out on the trail, enjoying the great outdoors and hopefully not being eaten alive by bugs. See you out there.